You know, I see the Huawei Mate 20 Pro and all I can think of is that specific scene in Clash of the Titans when Zeus says,
"Release the Kraken!"
Release the beast that's about to simply destroy everything in its path. I'm Jaime Rivera with Pocketnow reporting from London. Let's talk about the Huawei Mate 20 Pro, Mate 20, Huawei Watch GT, and Band 3 Pro. I honestly can't remember the last time that I was truly impressed by a presentation. For those of you that claim that smartphones have gotten boring, this one is not. Huawei claims that the Mate 20 and Mate 20 Pro are here to welcome you into a higher intelligence, and we'll have a good review period to prove that. The design philosophy of the Mate series is focused on the center of the device, which opposes the side approach of the P series that intends to resemble a camera. The Mate 20 and Mate 20 Pro instead have one of the coolest distinctive design elements that I've seen this year in this camera arrangement. The company calls it its thinking lens, tuned by Leica. We have a triple camera arrangement with a whopping 40 megapixel primary at f1.8 aperture, the return of a telephoto at 8 megapixels and f2.4 aperture with capabilities of 3x optical zoom, a new addition, a 20 megapixel wide-angle camera at f2.2 replacing the monochrome, as the company claims that the new primary doesn't need assistance. The fourth element, a dual-tone flash placed in a symmetrical spot. The differences with the Mate 20 is that we have a 12 megapixel primary instead of 40, the super wide angle is of 16 megapixels instead of 20, and the arrangement of the cameras is also slightly different if you look closely. It's called a thinking lens because we're now jumping into Master AI 2.0. The camera is smart enough to detect if you need a wide scene and then recommends if you want to switch lenses. And this wide sensor is fit for macro photography, allowing you to get up to 2.5 centimeters close to your subject. We also have features like AI 4D predictive focus, object recognition, active tracing by real-time motion detection that's smart enough to avoid distractions once you select the subject. Huawei also claims improvements in video with a new AI cinema mode, bringing a classic movie feel, in addition to a new color tone you've seen in movies like Sin City, where only a specific area is colored and then the rest is black and white. Really cool. Now when it comes to the build, the Mate 20 Pro is precision curved, resembling the sleek design of the Oppo Find X. The back now uses a new hyper-optical display pattern technology that creates a distinct feather-like design on the back on certain color options that's more resistant to fingerprints, and which feels like vinyl when you try to scratch it, making it grippier in the hand. Color options range from pink gold, twilight black, midnight blue, and emerald green, which have that hyper-optical finish. On the front, we have a 6.39-inch curved OLED display at 2K plus resolution and 19.5 by 9 aspect ratio and HDR capabilities. Yes, there is a notch, but this one actually serves a purpose. It brings a full 3D sensing camera array at the top, pretty much like what we have on Face ID, but now on Android. This means a full dot projector, flood illuminator, IR camera, proximity sensor, and a 24 megapixel RGB camera. Both devices have dual-firing speakers, but there is no grill at the bottom of the Pro. It actually uses the USB-C port to house the speaker, which I hope still works whenever you connect it to a charger. And then there's the totally unconventional placement of the fingerprint scanner on the screen. This is being dubbed a DPS, or Dynamic Pressure Sensing sensor, that works as the name describes, even when the screen is off, though at the moment it doesn't seem as reliable as we'd expect. The Huawei Mate 20, on the other hand, is more conventional. So there's a simple teardrop notch housing the 24 megapixel camera. Huawei dubs the 6.3-inch Full HD Plus LCD panel as its new dewdrop display at a wider 18.7 by 9 aspect ratio and HDR capabilities. The back houses the same color options as the Pro, again a similar camera arrangement, and with a regular fingerprint scanner at the back. Tucked inside, we have the new Kirin 980 7nm processor, now with 2 NPUs, one for object recognition and the other for more complex tasks like natural language processing, video editing, etc. According to Huawei, this makes it 20% faster, 40% more power efficient, and capable of 1.6 times more logic tasks than its predecessor. The GPU performance is also 45% faster and 105% more power efficient. And we also have Cat21 1.4 gigabit LTE and 4x4 MIMO. And then there's ranges of 4 and 6 gigabytes of RAM and 128 gigs of storage on the Mate 20, or 6 and 8 gigabytes of RAM and 128 or 256 gigs of storage on the Mate 20 Pro. They both have dual SIM capabilities that are expandable, but not through microSD. Instead, Huawei has a new Nano SD card that fits on the same Nano SIM slot. The Mate 20 Pro bringing a larger 4200 mAh battery versus 4000 mAh on the Mate 20. There's a faster 40-watt supercharger in the box of the Pro, bringing 70% battery charge in just 30 minutes. There's also support for faster 15-watt wireless charging, and get this, you can even use the Mate 20 Pro to reverse charge another Qi-enabled product. I know, that's crazy. And then the regular Mate 20 doesn't have wireless charging, only supports 22 watts of the supercharger, and is only IP53 rated. But if you do want a headphone jack, this is your device. EMUI 9 is now Android Pie based. The company has reduced the amount of settings by 10% to make this less complex. It's also now nature-based, meaning more natural elements, wallpapers, and sounds. The menus have also been moved from the top to the bottom to improve one-handed usability, and there's also full-screen gesture-based navigation options, which are more like what we see from Xiaomi instead of what we've seen from other devices. Huawei claims that its UI is now 47% faster when tapping on an app, 51% faster at launching one, and 42% faster in usage. The company also claims that this device guarantees no lag for 18 months. Sadly, even though the desktop mode is now wireless, we weren't able to show it off to you on video during the demo time. We also got to see a new Huawei Watch GT. It's not based on Wear OS, oddly, but instead it brings its new Light OS platform that Huawei claims brings longer battery life, even though, I know, it looks pretty much like Wear OS regardless. Still, the company claims 2 weeks of battery life for heart rate monitoring, 30 days if you switch to only using this watch for notifications, and 22 hours if you turn off all sensors, meaning GPS, heart rate, etc. It's got a ton of sport modes and is even enhanced for sleep tracking that was built in conjunction with the Harvard Medical School CBD. It brings a double-chip technology, one with low-speed capabilities for basic tasks and the other for high-intensity tasks. It sports a more classic design with a stainless steel chassis, a ceramic bezel, and a diamond-like coating to avoid scratches. And finally, there is also the Band 3 Pro, which brings similar capabilities to the watch, but is more like a regular fitness tracker. There's a 0.95-inch AMOLED touch display along with a touch key, and this device is certified for 20 days of usage and Bluetooth 4.2 low energy. So yes, this is all we were briefed on when it comes to Huawei. I hear that there might be even other devices announced at the event, and in Huawei style, we don't have pricing. This was also announced at the event later. What I will say is that I am really excited for the Mate 20 Pro. If all the company claims works as mentioned, this is definitely a true beast of a phone, and our review period has just begun, so there's only one way to find out. Let us know in the comments what you would like for us to compare and prove, and while you're at it, make sure you follow us on social media and subscribe to both our channels, English and Spanish, for more videos like this one. You can follow me on Twitter, Jaime_Rivera, on Instagram at Jaime Rivera. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like what you saw. I'm Jaime Rivera. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you on the next one.